Welcome to Patriot Talk with Pike Road head football coach Granger Shook. Each week, Coach Shook will offer an in-depth look at his program as the Patriots again battle for championships. The show is brought to you by Sexton Tire, McKee and Associates, Nuke's Eatery, Halstead LLC, Hidden Oaks in Pike Road, and the Pike Road Patriot Fund. Get in touch with the show by calling 334-517-1210 or texting the Patriot Talk text box at 334-313-1170. Now, here with Coach Shook is Doug Ament.
Yep.
And it's week 12 of the Alabama High School Athletic Association season. Week 2 of the 6A playoffs, and the Pike Road Patriots are still alive after that huge 10-9 win last week against Homewood, and the head coach of the Patriots, Granger Shook, joins us now, and it was wet, it was wild, and it was a win, and that's a good combination.
I will take it. It wasn't the best, it wasn't the prettiest, but anytime this year in November, if you get a dub, as the head coach, you will take it for sure. You
don't draw pictures. You just survive and advance, I think, a little bit, right?
Yes, and our players found a way to win. We had a few things against us, and our players kept chipping away, and our staff made some great adjustments at halftime, and just really, really proud of how our leadership led us to victory on Friday night.
And now it doesn't get any easier, does it?
No.
You got the second-place finisher in the region that has the top-ranked team in the state in it.
Yes.
You've got Spanish Fort, which finished second to Saraland, dominated its opponent last week in the first round. They come to Pike Road Stadium tomorrow night.
Yes. Coach Smith and Spanish Fort, very talented, very well-coached group. I know that they will be prepared. I'm very proud of how our team has prepared this week. I think we've had an excellent week of practice, and I'm excited that our team gets an opportunity to play this Friday night at Pike Road.
I noticed in looking at the 6A bracket, Coach, that only one lower-seeded team beat a higher-seeded team.
Yes.
It only happened one time. It was Briarwood knocking off Carver.
Right.
They get Saraland for their efforts.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
I mean, 6A is just slam solid with some great teams. You've been talking about it for a handful of weeks now with what some of the 6A teams have done to 7A teams throughout the year.
Yes, 6A the parity is high. There's a lot of very talented young men that that are going to go play SEC, ACC, Pac-10, Pac-12 football and 6A football right now in Alabama, and the coaching is is second to none. And so again, our boys have earned the right to play in the second round. There's only 16 teams left, and our boys have worked their tail off to get this opportunity, and I'm excited that they get to host at Pike Road tomorrow night.
Michael Hennig in the house. He's not terribly depressed about his Mississippi State Bulldogs. They're struggling. At least he's got the Patriots.
That's right.
Hey, I wanted to ask you this because I know your background as a player and as a coach, I think, is mostly on the defensive side of the ball. Your defense is playing exceptional. Offense has struggled the last couple of weeks. What needs to happen to get the offense back on track a bit?
Our offense is, again, it's going to sound like an excuse, but it's true. Our offense is really young. There's
you got a freshman
quarterback, a sophomore running back, there's a freshman receiver. There's only one senior O-lineman.
Wow.
And so, again, excited about the future of Pike Road football. This year, we have, we have seen some struggles on offense here lately. But, again, each team has gotten better, and the Spanish Fort is going to create a lot of issues for us on offense. But I expect for our young playmakers to make plays, and I expect for those young playmakers to enter the game with confidence to do that. So, again, those guys are going to have plenty of opportunities.
More reps, more experience, better off, right?
Exactly, and I talked to our guys about that. There's a lot of teams in Central Alabama who aren't playing at the 6A level. We are basically stealing not only a spring training, but we're stealing a lot of good quality reps, like you just said,
That's right.
for next year, and it's only going to make us better for years to come.
Best thing about playing freshmen is the next year you're playing sophomores.
You're right.
And right on down the road, right?
Exactly.
You kind of build it from there.
Right.
Let's talk about the game a little bit against Homewood and how that played out. Malik Blockton made a play that, Division I players make, right?
Yes.
And then looked like a running back heading down the field. So somebody was telling me, asked me, said, what was it like seeing him? I mean, he looked like he was all well prepared for that.
Yes, and I give him a hard time. I try to give him a hard time because, Brian and his group doing a phenomenal job with a highlight video, but they had to splice it, they had to cut it in half. And he said,
you
no,
were talking
Coach.
about from a time standpoint?
Yes. And so I give him a hard time on that, but you're right. Nobody else on that field could have made that play.
Yeah.
And nobody else probably could have gotten in the end zone. So very, very thankful that he is on our team, and he is a great leader for us.
I mean, he's one of those, you see him running with the ball, you going, I ain't going to tackle that man. You go tackle him if you want. I ain't doing it.
And the running back from the Homewood was right there, and he didn't.
Just kind of like a
he
gnat,
didn't.
right?
Yeah.
Just kind of pushed him off. I love it. You got to have plays when plays have to be made.
That's
I mean,
right.
you had that. Then at the end of the game, you got a kicker that hadn't kicked prior to this year.
Unbelievable.
The pressure on that, I can only imagine, is enormous. It's kind of outside his comfort level, yet he knocked it right through for you. He's going to be here tonight. We're going to visit with him.
I couldn't be more proud of Hunter in the season he's had. I mean, Homewood had a phenomenal kicker that has led the state in several categories, but Hunter came in the game and just beat him, and he was the better kicker that night. I told our team that we had to win 2 phases, and we won defense. We won special teams for sure, hands down, and we probably won offense as well if you look at the stats on both sides. But Hunter Eicherman entered the game cool, calm, and collective like I knew he would, and he finished the game, and just very, very proud of the young man that he is, and he represents us really well.
Talk about some of the special teams plays, because I know you had a block punt late.
We did.
That kind of turned the momentum or the field around for you, but didn't they miss an extra point on their first touchdown?
Missed it really early, and I told the team on Monday, I said, guys, they're starting O lineman. For whatever reason, he was on the ground, and the officials stopped play and made him exit. And so they had to bring in a backup O-lineman for their field goal.
For their extra
point, their PAT.
Yeah.
And we ended up blocking it through that. So I said, guys, those little things matter.
Don't they?
Those little things matter. And not everybody noticed that, but we as a staff noticed that. So we put our field goal block to that side, and we ended up blocking the field goal, the PAT, and that had implications on the game.
So you make your extra point, you make a field goal, you block a punt, you block an extra point.
Yes.
And you win by 1.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
we always hear and we always think it's cliche-ish, right? Because you hear every great coach say special teams is every bit as important as what we do on offense or what we do on defense. We hear Saban say you want every possession to end with a kick.
Right.
Yes. Your team dominated special teams in that game, and that's why you advance, and that's why we're talking tonight.
It is, and very proud of our guys for taking special teams seriously. Very proud of our staff for making sure our kids are prepared, that special teams unit, and so just very thankful that our kids bought into that for sure.
No doubt about it. 10-9. The Pike Road Patriots eliminate the Homewood Patriots in the first round of the 6A playoffs. And looks like we're going to be competing with some
live
band
music
tonight.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, we'll do the best we can for you here tonight. Whether you're listening to us on ESPN The Ticket or on Pike Road Live, our YouTube page. Just go and subscribe to that. You can watch Pike Road or Patriot Talk each and every Thursday. Because of next Thursday being Thanksgiving, after you knock off Spanish Fort, there won't be a show, and then this is probably our last show on radio, and we'll just kind of see what we're going to do moving forward if we decide to do something with Pike Road Live.
Yes, with Thanksgiving being next week, we will play it by ear on what we do, and then you and I will discuss and we'll advertise it, accordingly.
We certainly want everybody to enjoy their family on Thanksgiving, and I know, I went to Jeff Davis growing up, same place your parents went.
Right.
And in talking to Billy Livings and Charles Lee and the football coaches, the absolute best thing in the world for a high school football team is to have to practice on Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
Because that means one thing, that you've made it to the third round of the playoffs.
That's right. And that is a goal for every high school team. If it's not, it should be. And that is a goal that a couple of very successful coaches have instilled in me, is that, the week of Thanksgiving, when you get to that week of practice, you have had a successful season. And that is something that that's a goal that this team has and this staff has for sure. And so we have made arrangements moving forward to have practice next week. I know Coach Smith and Spanish Fort, they have done the same thing. And, again, this is going to be a very heavily contested game tomorrow night, Spanish Fort and Pike Road, and I expect for a full-quarter battle.
Let me ask you this. The next day I coach will be the first day I coach. So I'm wondering about, I always hear things about we write our goals up on the board, up on the whiteboard, when you get together for the first time. I know one of the goals is to get to the postseason.
Right.
Do you allow yourself to go further with the goal setting, or is it just let's get there and then let's see what happens when we kind of refuel and restart?
Well, no, we do go past that a little bit. You can one of our goals was the postseason, and then to host, and then to be a region champ, and then to make it to Thanksgiving, and then, of course, to play in Tuscaloosa.
Got it.
That was those were our goals, and we have knocked off 3 of them. There's still 2 more to do.
We can knock one off tomorrow.
We can, and so, playing in Bryant-Denny and coaching in Bryant-Denny would be a goal for all of our players and staff to accomplish, and that's something that we still have a couple of weeks to do. But we are excited about the opportunity that our young men have given us, for sure.
Our friend Mike is sending this question. We missed Jordan King last week. Is he going to be seeing the field tomorrow night?
We will see. Jordan King has been very instrumental in our performance on Friday night. Jordan is a great young man. He has a lot to give this program, but Jordan and I will meet in the morning to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Good. And if we see him, we see him, right?
That's right.
That's how that'll work.
Yes.
Before we move on and turn the page, I just want to make sure that all of the Patriot fans understand this. The Homewood team that you beat last Friday night, found a way to win, beat their own region champion.
Yes.
Got better and better throughout the year. And the Homewood team you played, I would almost guarantee, was the best 4 seed in 6A.
There's no
doubt.
Without
doubt about that.
Without question. Homewood lost their starting quarterback, number 11. Phenomenal young man. His name leaves my mind right now, but he is a great athlete, great football player. They lost him early in the season. He came back, played, gave a great effort versus us, gave a great effort week 10, which is why they won by the margin they did. But our defense held strong. Our defense did a phenomenal job as far as making sure that they kept him in check. But Homewood is going to be a team that is always going to be in the 6A talk. I mean, They are a great athletically well-run team. They have phenomenal coaches, and they will be a first, second, third-round team next year for sure.
When you look back at the game, when you and your staff looked at it on film, you always see things that maybe you didn't realize the night before. Whenever you looked at the film, Anything jump out at you about your team other than its resilience that stood out?
Yes, absolutely. I thought our team did a great job of taking coaching on the sideline. I thought our team.
That's a sign of experience and maturity.
Yes, and even though we're technically young on offense, I thought our defense definitely led the way for that, and I thought our defense gave us the comfort of taking some chances on offense. I was proud of our offense and our quarterback. We have a freshman quarterback that, we worked a little quick kick. We punted with our quarterback, and it pinned them deep in their own territory because they weren't expecting it. And that's something that we've worked all year but haven't shown on film, and we executed it at a high level. And so it gave our defense a great opportunity to keep them pinned, and it gave our offense the short field the next drive, and we took advantage of it. And so there were definitely things that, even though the score wasn't indicative of some of our offensive efforts, I was proud of our offense for executing certain things that we hadn't shown yet.
Well, I'll just say this. Age doesn't always equate to maturity, right? Sometimes you can be younger and more mature, sometimes older and less mature.
Absolutely.
But when you're winning a game in a tight game like that with inclement weather coming in, that's a sign of maturity if you're able to drive the ball down the field and get in field goal range to win the game.
Absolutely. And I was proud of not only our snapper and our holder, but also Hunter as our kicker. He had faith in those two guys, and the timing was what it has been at practice, and he was able to split the uprights.
And it was raining by then, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we were able to, get a 4-point lead, and just very thankful that our players executed at a high level for sure.
Caleb Foster is here, a senior wide receiver. Hunter Eicherman, as we mentioned earlier, is here. And your better half is here tonight.
She showed up with Lucy and Tote.
Yep.
Lucy's a little tired, but she's here.
I love it. I love it. The Shooks have made it. We'll take a break, our first break of the night. When we get back, let's bring in the field goal kicker. What do you say? Hunter Eicherman. He scored 4 of the 10 points and the main 3 that lifted Pike Road into round 2. This Friday night, tomorrow night, it's Spanish Fort and Pike Road from Pike Road Stadium. Stick around. More Patriot talk coming your way from the Market at John Hall store right after this.
Come discover a more familiar way of life in Pike Road's newest development, Hidden Oaks. Build your dream home in nature without all the traffic. Located just minutes from the Pike Road Town Center, Publix, restaurants, and additional shopping, you won't have to go far for anything you might need. Hidden Oaks features incredible access to I-85 and Bell Road while still retaining its profound beauty and privacy. Auburn, Lake Martin, and downtown Montgomery are just a short drive away. With site pros getting the lots ready to build on, claim your spot now. To find out more about Hidden Oaks, go to hiddenoaksal.com.
Sexton Tire Pros is home with a hassle-free guarantee. They make taking care of your tires simpler by offering a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and major brands like Michelin and BF Goodrich. For whatever you drive, Michelin is a tire to fit any need. Sexton Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at sextontirepros.com.
Oh, I know that.
The muffler is loose, the steering no power. At Sexton Tire Pros, we're one of the few where everything we do rotates around you.
With all of us, there's him.
Hey, it's Richard White from the Pike Road Patriot Fund.
Would you
We're the
text
people
that to
bring
me?
the
Can I
annual
give you my
crawfish bowl
number?
each spring. That's raised over $120,000 for the 3 Pike Road schools. We have a new event for 2023 called Patriots on the Hunt. It's a great excuse to go hunting more and help raise money for Pike Road schools. Whether it's hogs, does, or that big buck, there's a category where you can win. You can buy tags right now at prpatriotfund.com. Don't forget, on Saturday, December 9th, we'll have the big Pike Road Patriot Party from 2 to 5 o'clock at the John
Even though
Hall
we're in the
store.
playoffs,
We'll have
better
a
be
raffle,
thinking about what
we'll
you
have
learned
free
today.
food. We'll have music and a cash bar again down at the John Hall store December 9th, 2 to 5. It's going to be a big time. You're going to say, hey, were you there? And I hope your answer is, hey, I was there. Anyone that bought a tag can participate, or you can buy a ticket at the door for $50. Hey, y'all go to prpatriotfund.com. Check it out, prpatriotfund.com. We'll see you, your family, your friends on December the 9th from 2 to 5. Love y'all and God bless.
Nuke's Eatery offers catering, from box lunches to full platters and whole cakes. We'll make sure everything exceeds your expectation. Our catering specialists can build custom platters like the bruschetta platter. Everything will look great and everyone will be satisfied. Nuke's Eatery. We cater, you party. In Dothan, 334-699-1667. Or in Montgomery, 334-414-1759.
Fueled by the vision of 3 generations of leaders with backgrounds in engineering, construction, and finance, Halstead has left an indelible mark of quality on the retail and multifamily landscape throughout the Southeast for more than 70 years. Halstead has built a diversified real estate portfolio across 14 states, featuring some of the best-known name brands in America. Call Halstead Contractors at 334-288-2330. Halstead is a proud supporter of Pike Road Patriot football.
It's year 7 of the Pig Enterprises Scoreboard Show. This is Doug Amos inviting you to join me and special guests each Friday night from 9 to 11 right here on WTXK, ESPN The Ticket in the River Region. You can listen online as well on roundtablebroadcast.com. We'll have a great time on remote at different high school games and in the studio. It's going to be a great year. Follow all your high school football scores right here on ESPN The Ticket.
You're listening to Patriot Talk with Pike Road head football coach Granger Shook. To be part of the show, call 334-517-1210 or text the Patriot Talk text box at 334-313-1170. Now back to Coach Shook and Doug Amos.
All right, Doug Amos, Granger Shook from the Market at John Hall store. And since this is our last radio gig, we really need to thank Grib Anderson
Absolutely.
and his family and the big crowd here tonight. And the crowds have grown and grown
Yes,
and grown
they
for
have.
Patriot Talk. And we're grateful for them opening their doors so we can have a fun place to do the show.
Very, very thankful and appreciative. And that's actually something I've been talking to the team about. You know, November, being thankful for the people who give you opportunities. Nothing you accomplish is by yourself. You have people that you need to thank, and Grib has done a great job of bending over backwards to allow us to come here, and I'm very appreciative of him and the support of the Pike Road community to come here on Thursday nights.
Before we get to Hunter Eicherman, we did have another question that popped into the Pike Road Live text box. And it was from Jackson, and he wanted you to talk about the development of the JV players that have been pulled up to the varsity.
Well, very proud of our JV program. I know we have a lot of young guys who play on Friday nights, and so that has taken some from our JV program. But those JV guys have done a great job of coming to practice every day. And each week we go in the playoffs, that has given us an extra week of preparation. Is basically kind of like stealing a week of spring training. And so I'm very, very proud of how those young guys have responded. We have gotten better. We're tackling better. We're blocking better. We know a lot of the terminology better. Those freshmen and sophomores have responded in a great way to these playoff weeks.
Speaking of responding well to the playoffs, let's bring in the special teamer. He's Hunter Eicherman, a junior kicker. 6 of 7 on the year in field goals, but he was 5 of 6 till he got to Friday night, right,
That's
Granger?
right.
And knocked the one through that this team had to have in
Yes.
inclement weather. What was it like, man? You and I were talking, Hunter, prior to the show. You're going, man, we're going to win tomorrow night, but I'm just kind of hoping it may not come right down to another kick. I'm with you, pal, but congratulations, man. I know you hadn't played much football, and you knocked it through, and a community is proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was pretty nervous on the sideline before, but once you get out there, you just treat it like every other kick. Just knock the crowd out of your head and just do what you know how to do.
You know, you knew it was coming, right?
Yeah.
You could just kind of sense it, right? We're going to get in field goal range. Homewood's really good. Shorten the field. It's harder to punch it in. You're down 2. Yeah, and I'll just ask you about your mindset there.
Right.
Obviously, you want 6. but you know that you've got a guy that you can count on, that you've got confidence in. And
Absolutely.
Once the third down play was stopped, there wasn't any doubt what you were going to do.
No, and there's several times where, Hunter and I make eye contact, and then I say, field goal ready. And he says, yes, sir, I'm ready. And, sometimes our offense gets the first down, sometimes they don't. And so Hunter is ready regardless. I knew our defense was playing really well, so I had the comfort in that. And proud of those guys, but extremely proud of Hunter and how he was ready to play and how he prepared to play. And, again, he outperformed the opponent on Friday night. And his kick, although he didn't know it, although we didn't know it, I don't know if anybody did, but his kick helped seal the deal, and extremely proud of him.
Only missed 2 extra points to this point all year, only 1 field goal. That's pretty impressive now. The guy's had 56 kicks, and he's made 53.
Yes.
For a guy that hadn't played much football.
Yes, but him and his father were up here all summer working, and they worked endless reps on our field, and I was just so encouraged by his work ethic, his father's work ethic, and how it has helped us now get to the second round. And a lot of people don't know that, but I do. Those two guys do, and I know Pike Road is proud of Hunter and his efforts.
So, Hunter, talk about the weather and how that had to be in your mind too before you got out there.
Yeah.
You're like, come on, God, give me a break here. Let's get a little break in the showers. But it was coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it was. Having guys like Kaysen and Mason, I trust them no matter what the weather is. So I know the ball's going to be there when I get ready to kick it. So that didn't really affect me mentally at all because I knew Kaysen would do a good job and Mason would do a good job snapping it.
Can you talk about that chemistry between the three? Because it has to be there. I mean, Coach Shook was talking earlier about, it's an 11-man need when you're trying to make a special teams play. Yep. You lose one, and then that's a chink in the armor. But it all starts with snap, hold, kick. So talk about the chemistry that you've already mentioned their names. Talk about the chemistry that y'all developed throughout the year.
Yeah, so, going into it, I didn't know anyone. Kaysen obviously being a freshman coming up from the middle school team, JV team. So we kind of had to start from nothing. But, just starting that basis, getting the timing down, working on it at practice, and seeing each other in the hallways, making sure we're talking to each other, say, hey, good job, after every snap, and even in practice.
That's got to mean a lot to you. Here's a guy that hadn't played a whole lot of football, but he's going, look, I knew the ball was going to be right there.
Absolutely.
Because I have 100% confidence in the snapper and the holder.
Yes, and, that's just the kind of young man Hunter is. Coach Jenkins, his soccer coach, just reaffirmed what I already knew, said Hunter is the type of young man you want in your program. And he has been. He's been very consistent in not only his approach to practice, but his approach on Friday night, and that is evident in how he's performed this year. And, Mason and Kaysen will be returning next year, and, we will miss Hunter, but hopefully we won't miss him for about 3 more weeks.
That's right.
Yes.
Let's miss him at Christmas.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll get you a parting gift for Christmas. You're going to be around for another month or so. If you would, I would love to know, here you're late in your life starting to play football, played football for a year. Was it what you thought it would be, or is it what you thought it would be, or have there been surprises? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so going into it, I was pretty nervous. I was like, I know how to kick, but I expected it to be more similar to kicking like a soccer ball. But I had to learn a lot with the plant foot location. And then the team chemistry has been great. I didn't know going into it, like, football, all tough guys, but they're really nice. Really brought me in.
So I believe this is your second time on the program.
Yes, sir.
What are your plans? What do you hope to do moving forward?
I'm looking at going to vet school at Auburn and hope just do 8 years of college there, then hopefully find a good clinic to work at.
There you go. There's a good clinic in Pike Road that we buy into.
There are.
I can just tell you a few of them.
Doug's an animal lover, to put it mildly.
I could hire you just to my family and keep you busy.
If I remember correctly, you have 7 dogs?
7 dogs.
That's right.
Yes, I do.
He's much smarter than I am.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's about to prove it again. Are you ready? Tell me, young man, one thing that you learned today.
So learn about the carpals in the hand and anatomy with Miss Fuller. So starting from the thumb going to the pinky, you have the scaphoid, the lunate, the trichotrom, the pisiform out there on the pinky. Then coming back towards the thumb below those, out towards the fingers, is the trapezium, then the trapezoid, and the capitate, then the hamate. Then you have the metacarpals, proximal phalanges, middle phalanges, and then distal phalanges.
All right,
I can't spell.
That's going to do it for Patriot Talk this week.
I can't spell any of those words.
Here's the deal. Let me rephrase it for you, okay? Tell me one thing you learned that we would understand today.
Yes.
But we're good, man. I'll tell you what. I think you got it whipped. You're going to have a big time at Auburn, and we hope you come back to our community and do something special. It's been nice getting to know you.
Yes,
Congratulations.
sir, thank you.
If they call your name again tomorrow, get it done, my man. Get it
Yes, sir,
done.
thank you.
Big hand.
Great job, Hunter.
For Hunter Eicherman, the place kicker that got it done for the Pike Road Patriots on Friday night against Homewood. We'll take a break. We're back with more of Patriot Talk as we get you ready for round 2 of the 6A playoffs. The Patriots of Pike Road against Spanish Fort tomorrow night from Pike Road Stadium. It's Patriot Talk coming your way from the market at John Hall Store.
Fueled by the vision of 3 generations of leaders with backgrounds in engineering, construction, and finance, Halstead has left an indelible mark of quality in the retail and multifamily landscape throughout the Southeast for more than 70 years. Halstead has built a diversified real estate portfolio across 14 states, featuring some of the best-known name brands in America. Call Halstead Contractors at 334-288-2330. Halstead is a proud supporter of Pike Road Patriot football.
Good to see you again there, buddy. How are you?
The Cuban. It's a sandwich with a rich culinary tradition. And at Nuke's, we don't mess with tradition. We just build upon it. Starting the Nuke's Cuban with prime pork tenderloin that's hand-rubbed with secret spices and brined to perfection. Then we layer on ham, Swiss, mustard, and pickles. No shortcuts, nothing pre-made. Just the perfect Cuban. As traditions go, it's a tasty one. Get the Cuban for a limited time at Nuke's Eatery.
Come discover a more familiar way of life in Pike Road's newest development, Hidden Oaks. Build your dream home in nature without all the traffic. Located just minutes from the Pike Road Town Center, Publix, restaurants, and additional shopping, you won't have to go far for anything you might need. Hidden Oaks features incredible access to I-85 and Vaughn Road while still retaining its profound beauty and privacy. Auburn, Lake Martin, and downtown Montgomery are just a short drive away. With site pros getting the lots ready to build on, claim your spot now. To find out more about Hidden Oaks, go to hiddenoaksal.com.
Hey, it's Richard White from the Pike Road Patriot Fund. We're the people that bring you the annual crawfish boil each spring that's raised over $120,000 for the 3 Pike Road schools. We have a new event for 2023 called Patriots on the Hunt. It's a great excuse to go hunting more and help raise money for Pike Road schools. Whether it's hogs, does, or that big buck, there's a category where you can win. You can buy tags right now at prpatriotfund.com. Don't forget, on Saturday, December 9th, we'll have the big Pike Road Patriot Party from 2 to 5 o'clock at the John Hall store, where we'll have a raffle, we'll have free food, we'll have music and a cash bar again down at the John Hall store, December 9th, 2 to 5. It's going to be a big time. You're going to say, hey, were you there? Your answer is, hey, I was there. Anyone that bought a tag can participate, or you can buy a ticket at the door for $50. Hey, y'all go to prpatriotfund.com. Check it out, prpatriotfund.com. We'll see you, your family, your friends on December the 9th from 2 to 5. Love y'all and God bless.
It's year 7 of the Pig Enterprises Scoreboard Show. This is Doug Amos inviting you to join me and special guests each Friday night from 9 to 11 right here on WTXK, ESPN The Ticket in the River Region. You can listen online as well on roundtablebroadcast.com. We'll have a great time on remote at different high school games and in the studio. It's going to be a great, great year. Follow all your high school football scores right here on ESPN The Ticket.
Sexton Tire Pros is home of the hassle-free guarantee. They make taking care of your tires simpler by offering a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and major brands like Michelin and BF Goodrich. For whatever you drive, Michelin is a tire to fit any need. Sexton Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at sextontirepros.com.
I hit a bump in the road, I got a nail in my tire. The muffler is loose, The steering no power. At Sexton Tire Pros, we're one of the few where everything we do rotates around you.
You're listening to Patriot Talk with Pike Road head football coach Granger Shook. To be part of the show, call 334-517-1210 or text the Patriot Talk text box at 334-313-1170. Now back to Coach Shook and Doug Amos.
All right, welcome back to the Market at John Hall store. It's our final radio broadcast of Patriot Talk. Hopefully we'll be able to do something with a couple of more victories on Pike Road Live. Granger Shook alongside. And before we get to our next guest, had a couple of texts that have come in, Coach. Get you to comment on them. Right. I'll tell you what, first I'm going to read, let's see, let me find that. Brian's who sent those to me. This came into our show. It's from Mr. Dawkins. He said, congratulations on your success so far. I'm a proud Pike Road Patriots fan. I can't make it to the game tomorrow, but my mom will be there. She's the other grandmother of number 27. Let's go Patriots. So
yes, number 27 is a very good player for us. Very glad that young man is suiting up tomorrow night.
Braylon
sure.
Outlaw?
Outlaw. He is going to be a name to know very quickly if he hasn't already.
Okay.
I think Caleb can attest to that.
And we're gonna get to Caleb here in just a minute, but
yes.
here's another text I want you to comment on. Chuck sent this in. What do you think about the junior class this year and its contribution to the season?
Very, very proud of our junior class. Not as deep as our senior class, but very, very proud of how they have helped lead our sophomore and freshman class along. There's a lot of good players in that class. Very excited about the future moving forward. But, yes, very excited about our junior class.
And I'm excited about Caleb Foster. This is a guy that's gotten it done. There's no doubt about it. 36 catches on the year, 295 yards. He's gone both ways for you. I think he's played some other around the field as well. Caleb, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again. You're a two-timer, too, here for the show. Talk a little bit about Caleb, Coach, and what he's meant to your team.
Caleb is just an excellent young man. He doesn't come off the field at practice, and that is something I can't speak enough on as a coach, and coaches know. I mean, there's guys who skirt practice, there's guys who skirt reps, there's guys, but Caleb is not that guy. He is a leader by example. I couldn't be more proud of Caleb Foster and who he is as a young man.
So when you say he doesn't come off the field, basically what you're telling me is you need him out there to get done what you need to get done.
He's a starter on offense for us at wideout or quarterback, wherever we need him. He catches kicks for us on special teams. He plays scout team for us for the defense to give us a great look. This young man is the epitome of a team player. I mean, he doesn't come off the field at practice. And so whenever there's a young man who comes to me and says has any qualms about practice, I just point to this guy right here. So he's the senior, and he does everything we ask him to do. Doesn't even question it. And, again, Caleb is a phenomenal young man because of his servant leadership.
You mentioned earlier, and we'll bring Caleb into this. Caleb, the coach, said early on that I think after 2 or 3 games that more guys are going to have to play both ways and give more of themselves. And a lot of 6A teams don't have to do that. This team needed to because of its inexperience and its youth. Talk about how you embraced that and how much that meant to you.
It meant a lot. It meant a lot, actually. But, I was thinking about this before I came over here. I want to thank Coach Lowry, our strength and conditioning coach. He's great with us, working out, getting on us. That's how we finished in the fourth quarter. For the past 2 weeks, it was all because of Coach Lowry.
Because you won them both in the last half of the fourth quarter.
Yes, sir.
And, again, I don't want to interrupt, but, I mean, our last 2 opponents have had multiple players to cramp up, and our boys have not. And it's a testament to how our staff practices our players. but it's very much of a testament to how Coach Lowry runs our weight program.
I'm curious, Caleb, if you would comment as to, since you brought up Coach Lowry, how much different do you feel as an athlete in November than maybe as you did when the season started in August?
I feel a little better. I feel a little better. He had this summer. Man.
It was hard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you know now what it was all about, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It did work. It helped.
Talk about the game Friday night. You trailed for a good portion of it.
Yes, sir.
You're a senior. You had to respond and react and keep things up on the sideline. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, sir. I just had when the defense did an outstanding job. The defense did an outstanding job. We have to on offense we have to figure out that we need to hold the ball as long as possible so we can keep the defense off the field. Because I know I played defense at 1%. I know they were tired.
Yeah, sure.
I know they were tired. So and we have to understand that when we run the ball, as we run the ball effective, everything else just goes smoothly through the game.
That's right.
When we run the ball effective.
So obviously you've made some big catches. You talk about the running game, and that seems to be the thing. How healthy are we in our running game as we get ready for Spanish Fort tomorrow night?
We are, yeah. I think we're as healthy as we've been. I'm very optimistic about tomorrow night. I think our O-line has had a good week of practice. I think our backfield, with Caleb included, if we need to add an extra hat to the running game, I think we're as good as we have been all year long. So I'm excited about the opportunity.
Caleb, you've seen the maturation of your quarterback all year long. And with each week now, it ratchets up a little bit, right? The expectation is a little bit higher and higher. Talk about him and how you think that he will continue to do, Case and Myers.
He's been dealing with it well since the season first started. As remembering, like I tell him, remembering the short-term memory, one play at a time. Just telling him, just forget about it. Go out there and be you. Just
Next
relax.
play, right? Next play.
That's right.
I would say that football players that struggle once things have gone bad don't have that next play mentality, do they? They're still living in the previous play or the previous two, and then that's going to affect play three.
Yes, and we talk about as a team, toughness. We talk about physical toughness. We talk about mental toughness. And, playing this time of year, everybody has mental toughness. Everybody has physical toughness.
Yeah.
Everybody is physically tough, but the team that makes it to the next round is more mentally tough than their opponent. And so that's something that us at Pike Road, hopefully will continue to grow and continue to foster that mental toughness. But I'm extremely proud of the buy-in of Caleb and the senior class. I'm extremely proud of our work ethic that we've grown to adopt. And our practices, man, have been fun. And our practices, they are getting better. And our practices are hard, but our guys have really bought into them. And this season has just been a joy to experience, for me anyways. And these seniors have made it that way.
Caleb, before I ask you the important question, I got another football question for you. What have you seen on film about Spanish Fort? What kind of team, what kind of challenge do they present for you tomorrow night?
As we get to taking more as we get to taking deep shots, if cases get to taking and throwing the deep shots, we're going to spread them out. But as I've seen on film, when teams play fast, when teams tempo it up on them, they seem to lose it, can't get lined up. So as we play fast, how we usually play, we should be able to have a little advantage.
And a lot of times when you're playing with pace coach, that first down is key, right? You've gotta move the chains before you can really go fast.
Absolutely, and that's something that our O-line will have a big part in. That's something that Caleb and our wide receivers, as far as stemming routes and coming off with speed and coming off with tempo, to help our freshman quarterback. That's something that's going to be very, very important for us.
All right, Caleb Foster, tell me one thing you learned today, young man.
One thing I learned today at school is about the skeleton, about MS Fuller class. We learned about the cranial, the thoracic cavity. We learned about all the phalanges and parts of, and bones and stuff like that.
My thoracic cavity hurts right now, so I need some help. You pointed here, so that's where I'm hurting these days. Man, we wish you the best tomorrow night. Have fun.
Thank you.
And I totally believe if a team has fun and is together, then you're going to like how it turns out at the end. Great to see you, Caleb.
Yes,
Big hand for Caleb Foster on a great young man back here again on Patriot Talk. All right. We are going to take our final break. We'll come back and visit more with the coach as it looks like Granger is going to be doing a little coaching here with some of the youngsters during the break. Stick around. We're back to the market at John Hall Store with Patriot Talk.
107.5 is W298 BC Montgomery, ESPN The Ticket.
Salads can be more than, salads. Like the new seared ahi tuna or shrimp and avocado salads at Nuke's Eatery. Both deliver impeccably indulgent flavors like seared sushi-grade tuna or plump broiled shrimp, along with our house-made dressings, ginger wasabi or lemon basil vinaigrette. Try one of these extraordinary salads today, only at Nuke's Eatery.
Located in Montgomery at Taylor and Vaughan, Tigertown, Opelika, and in the heart of Auburn.
Sexton Tire Pros is home of the hassle-free guarantee. They make taking care of your tires simpler, offering a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties, a hassle-free experience, and major brands like Michelin and BF Goodrich. For whatever you drive, Michelin is a tire to fit any need. Sexton Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at sextontirepros.com.
Who is that kid he's talking to up there in the purple shirt?
My dad.
The steering no plow. At Sexton Tire Pros, we're one of the few where everything we do rotates around you. Sexton.
Come discover a more familiar way of life in Pike Road's newest development, Hidden Oaks. Build your dream home in nature without all the traffic. Located just minutes from the Pike Road Town Center, Publix, restaurants, and additional shopping, you won't have to go far for anything you might need. Hidden Oaks features incredible access to I-85 and Vaughan Road while still retaining its profound beauty and privacy. Auburn, Lake Martin, and downtown Montgomery are just a short drive away. With site pros getting the lots ready to build on, claim your spot now. To find out more about Hidden Oaks, go to hiddenoaksal.com.
Hey, it's Richard White from the Pike Road Patriot Fund. We're the people that bring you the annual crawfish boil each spring that's raised over $120,000 for the 3 Pike Road schools. We have a new event for 2023 called Patriots on the Hunt. It's a great excuse to go hunting more and help raise money for Pike Road schools. Whether it's hogs, does, or that big buck, there's a category where you can win. You can buy tags right now at prpatriotfund.com. Don't forget, on Saturday, December 9th, we'll have the big Pike Road Patriot Party from 2 to 5 o'clock.
Let's get
at the John
over
Hall
here and let him
store.
promote
We'll
the
have
quarterback.
a raffle,
Mike.
We'll have free food. We'll have music and a cash bar again down at the John Hall store, December 9th, 2 to 5.
You're on.
It's going to be a big time. You're going to say, hey, were you there? I hope your answer is, hey, I was there. Anyone that bought a tag can participate, or you can buy a ticket at the door for $50. Hey, y'all go to prpatriotfund.com and check it out.
This time of year, it's really important to hop
We'll
on
see
board.
you, your family, your friends on December the 9th from 2 to 5. Love y'all and God bless.
I'm just going to kind
Fueled by the vision of 3 generations of leaders with backgrounds in engineering, construction, and finance, Halstead has left an indelible mark of quality on the retail and multifamily landscape throughout
Who
the
y'all gonna
Southeast
hire?
for more than 70 years. Halstead has built
Michael.
a diversified real estate portfolio across 14
Dan
states,
Mullen.
featuring some of the best-known name brands in America. Call Halstead Contractors at 334-288-2330. Halstead is a proud supporter of Pike Road Patriot football.
It's year 7 of the Pig Enterprises
had him,
Scoreboard
and then
Show.
he went
This is
to
Doug
Josh,
Amos inviting you to join me and special guests each Friday night
But he
from
was
9
gonna
to
be. He
11,
was
right here on
rumored to be.
WTXK, ESPN The Ticket in the River Region. You can listen online as well on roundtablebroadcast.com. We'll have a great time on remote at different high school games and in the studio. It's going to be a great, great year. Follow all your high school football scores right here on ESPN The Ticket.
Central Alabama's best sports can be heard on WTXK, Pike Road, Montgomery, ESPN, The Ticket. You're listening to Patriot Talk with Pike Road head football coach Granger Shook. To be part of the show, call 334-517-1210 or text the Patriot Talk text box at 334-313-1170. Now back to Coach Shook and Doug Amos.
Coach, it's a family affair for you tonight.
It is.
I'm seeing a lot of little Shooks running around.
Oh, Lord.
There's a bunch of them.
There are a bunch
poor
of them.
Grib. Poor Grib. He didn't expect all this.
Exactly. I saw him locking doors back there. Coach, you've learned the right way about how much a community and how much a quarterback club and a support group can mean to a program, right?
Absolutely, man. Just so thankful and appreciative of our quarterback club and this community and our administration for what they've provided, not only our football program but our entire athletic program to be successive.
Let me ask you this, because we have Michael Hennig here, and I know he's the fundraiser guy in the Booster Club. You've got in the quarterback club. You've got another guy here that Zach's done a ton of work.
Absolutely.
But how important is it? And I've asked you this before, but I want our viewers and our listeners tonight to hear it. How important is it to have a guy in such a leadership role that understands the sport and knows what it takes and knows what you got to do to get it there?
Oh, man, you can't put a price tag on it. I mean, Michael has played at the highest of level in college football. He's played in the SEC, played for JD when they were a 6A program, playing in the Super 6 at the time, and played for a phenomenal staff. I mean, he knows what it takes. He knows the resources that it takes. Zach has young players in the program that he wants to see be successful. And so, I mean, we have guys that want for Pike Road football to be successful and knows what it takes.
Michael Hennig joins us now. And Michael, back when we went to Jeff Davis, I'm older than you. You came much later, but it was a community school. We all lived right there. That's what Pike Road is. That's got to mean a lot to you that you're back investing in a program where everybody knows everybody.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I would wake up at 7:45 to take a shower and get to JD. I mean, that's how close we were. And this community is it has that same feel. It's that small town feel.
So talk about the importance of making sure everybody understands what it takes to win at this level.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we're feeding the kids 2 days a week. Game day, Wednesdays, we're doing snow cone, pregame meals, postgame. Now we win this game, then we're going to be doing charter buses, I think.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So because you travel next week.
That's right, and that's what it takes to run a program. I mean, you're talking 4,000, 5,000 here, 6,000 here. Like Granger was telling us the other night, one set of jerseys for a 6A school is $15,000 to $20,000. One set of jerseys. That's one white jersey. And they have a lifespan of 5, 6 years, 7 years. Max. And then they go down to the middle school and then new ones. But it's a $20,000 check every time you do it.
I mean, that's not just a commitment. That's when you're starting to invest with your hard-earned money, then that's a buy-in.
Absolutely, 100%. And so, but championship programs have that buy-in, and that's what we have here. There's other programs that we play that don't have that buy-in, and it shows. I mean, there's just things that Pike Road, the community, is providing these young men that I'm so grateful for and thankful for. And I know these young men like Caleb and Hunter that were here tonight, can't express, and they don't understand it right now. But when they move away and come back and see other programs that don't have what Pike Road has, they'll be so appreciative of this community.
No doubt. So,
and it also takes a lot of pressure off the parents, because if you didn't have the support that you have with the field signs and the meal donations and stuff like that, then the next thing you're doing, Granger's sending out emails. Hey parents, we need $300 per kid.
And guess
we need
what?
$100.
Some couldn't do it.
That's right.
So they wouldn't be able to play.
That's right.
So you're literally creating opportunities for young people.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
a lot of these young people you're sending to college. and are getting to play at the next level and getting the type education that they're getting in Pike Road schools. Man, it's been great seeing you a lot this year. We'll do it again next year. Who are you going to get over there for your bullies in Starkville?
You know,
it's a two-year starter
there's way too many names being thrown around right now.
Some applicable, some not.
Yes, I would go with the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach at Oklahoma if it was me.
That'll make my show tomorrow. Jeff Levy's who he's talking about.
Yep.
You know, former quarterback of Mississippi State.
Or Joe Judge.
Endorses.
Or Joe Judge.
He endorses.
Yes. By the time we get done with this interview, there'll be 5 names. He's now tossing.
I'm through.
Michael, good to see you, buddy.
You too.
Always. Michael Hennig means so much to this community.
That's right.
To the business community in the River region, too, with what he does with Hennig Furs and Hennig Leathers, for sure.
That's right.
All right, Coach, we're knocking on the door the last 4 or 5 minutes of the program. Let's talk about the keys to tomorrow night. What has to happen for your Patriots to be playing in the final 8 of the 6A classification?
Well, again, I mean, it comes back to 3 major things. It comes back to controlling the football, lack of turnovers, capitalizing on turnovers. It also goes back to controlling the line of scrimmage and the team that blocks and tackles the best. Those 3 things. Whoever blocks and tackles, whoever controls the line of scrimmage, and whoever controls the football will have the keys to success tomorrow night. They have an excellent front on both sides of the ball. Defensively, they have a young man committed to Alabama. They have another young man committed to the University of Miami. And so Spanish Fort is not lacking any athleticism whatsoever. They have an excellent staff led by Chase Smith and crew. Chase is going to have those guys ready to play.
You going to take him some wings tomorrow night?
That is the plan. That is the plan, and so Chase and I go back a long ways, and so I'm happy to give him a hug tomorrow night and wish him the best of luck, and I know he is for me as well.
You know, I don't know what it's like to step into a job like you stepped into this one with a new program, new kids, new staff, everything new. But you guys are on a 9-game winning streak, Coach. You've won 9 in a row.
Right.
You've won a playoff game over a tradition-rich program in Homewood. You have another opportunity to play a program that's won a whole lot of football games.
Absolutely.
At Spanish Fort.
In a short amount of time.
I got to feel like you're kind of living a dream.
I am, man.
This is fun for you.
It's
your community now. You're building a home here, I believe. And,
yes, I am. Yes, I am. And when this school first opened, this was a bucket list job for me, to be honest. And this is something that I didn't tell a lot of people about, but this is a job that I wanted for a long time. And for the Lord to open these doors and to have relationships in this room that I have been able to foster because of the Lord to get in this situation. I'm just very humbled about the opportunity.
And then what about, we haven't talked as much probably as we should about the Pike Road school system and what that's meant with your administration at the high school, but with the whole superintendent and everything going on, everybody interlocking arms and doing things the right way, moving in the same direction. That can only help this place moving forward. I've seen the drawings.
Absolutely.
I've seen what's planned in phase 1 and 2 of a new facility.
And that is something that, I discussed in depth in my interview. I have 4 children running around this building right now, and I wanted to make sure that I had their best interest in mind coming into this situation. And there's just so many people I have to thank for this opportunity. And, yes, the education that my young children will receive will be second to none, and I'm just excited that they get to grow up in this situation, and this small town environment is great. I will have a pulse on the school. I will be able to dictate the climate, so to speak, in this school system because of, how small the community is.
And the importance of football. Let's just be honest. Football is extremely important to small communities in the state of Alabama.
It is, man. And so just grateful that Ms. Manus, that Dr. Langford and crew have given me this opportunity. And can't be more happy about the trajectory of this program.
Granger, if he goes around and kisses everybody in his family that's here tonight, he'll be here till 8:15. There's a lot of Granger family members around here.
Yes.
Buddy, what a pleasure it's been this year.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you
Appreciate
for entrusting me to host your program. It certainly means a lot to me.
Man, these 4 years have gone by fast.
Haven't they? Golly, I'm getting uglier by the year. It's a scary prospect.
No,
Go
sir.
get them tomorrow night.
Thank you, brother.
Spanish Fort and Pike Road tomorrow night, 7 o'clock from Pike Road Stadium. Get out and see it. It's going to be a classic here in the town of Pike Road. Thanks to Grib Anderson again and the market at John Hall Store. You've been listening to Patriot Talk on ESPN The Ticket.